All right, hello esteemed gentlemen. I'm here to present you on a very, very serious topic and a very dangerous matter. And I've titled my speech today, The Simplicity of Safety. And I think that as we go on through this speech, this title is going to be very much so apparent of why safety is so simple. And so I want to start with a question. Would you take 2 seconds to make yourself almost twice as safe? Because that is exactly what seatbelts do, and that's what their design is. You see, this is where the simplicity of safety comes in, and it's the fact that seatbelts are scientifically proven to almost double your chances of survival when you get into a car accident as opposed to driving without one. And so, it honestly, I don't know about you guys, but it actually just blows my mind that you wouldn't take these 2 very, very simple seconds to make sure that your life is just so much more secure when you're driving around, because all of us drive around. Like, cars are an essential part of society to get from point A to point B. And oftentimes we're making trips that are less than 25 miles, and that's the rough range of when most accidents happen. So on these day-to-day lives, whether your trip is short or whether your trip is super long, it doesn't matter the length of your trip. As long as you're in the car, you should be wearing a seatbelt. And I'll get into some statistics later that really show just how serious it is not to wear your seatbelt. And so the reason that I kind of chose this topic was because I had a cousin who got into a very serious car accident, and they said to me that if she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, she would have flown through the windshield and would have most likely passed away. So because of seatbelts, I still have another cousin today, and I am very much grateful so that she chose to buckle up that day. And it's crazy the fact that people don't buckle up because they're just putting themselves in a high risk, just for high danger, when it's easy just to avoid. Like, oftentimes it's out of laziness or ignorance. They say, oh, you don't need a seatbelt, or they just don't want to, or they just don't take the time to buckle up. And it just blows my mind. So I want to get into a lot of these statistics, and these are honestly just crazy. And so basically, science, it all points to seatbelts. Seatbelts have been rigorously tested by many car companies, and they have been basically made to be as effective as possible for saving lives. And so here are some of the statistics around seatbelts and without seatbelts. So basically, the vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death among people ages 1 through 54 in the United States, and this is from the FCDC. Oh, no, sorry, that's not the FCDC. That's the CDC, actually. So that's the Center of Disease Control Prevention. And so this is an official government agency is saying that motor vehicles are the leading cause of death. And so this is kind of the importance, is because vehicle casualties are very common, and they're very, very easy to prevent. And so the national rate of seatbelt usage was 92% in 2024, and that changes based on state to state and how strict they are on seatbelt usage. So basically, about 1 in 10 people are not buckling up, and that is already a huge number in and of itself. And so basically, okay, 1 in 10 people are not buckling up, and so they are automatically putting themselves at risk when they get into car accidents. And that's from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which is also another government government agency, which is, they deal in hand with the Department of Transportation. So this is already 2 government agencies saying that you should be buckling up. And so the most common age group for not buckling up is young adult men from the ages of 18 to 24, and that is a lot of us, and a lot of us guys in this room, but that's a lot of like the future generation. Very, very, very important to buckle up. And so we get into the more serious statistics of 49% of these casualties in motor crashes were not from wearing a seatbelt. 49% of them. And so that shows that just by buckling up, we could be saving way, way more lives. And your chances of dying from not wearing a seatbelt after 6 p.m. is, it increases to 57%. And that's like the peak time of getting into serious car accidents. And so that's from DJC Law, which is a very respectable law firm. And also from that law firm, they say that 60% of deaths from the ages of 18 to 34 and that general demographic are related to not wearing a seatbelt. that is a lot of death that can be prevented by just very, very simply just putting your belt over and clicking it in. And when you start driving, I encourage you guys to make sure that when you guys are driving, make sure you just quickly buckle up and make sure that your passengers are buckled up, because it has the potential to save so many lives, and yet people just don't do it, and it really doesn't make any sense. And so the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said that buckling up is the single most effective thing you can do to prevent yourself from a crash. Some people think that, oh, the airbags will save me. That's not the case at all. Airbags are designed to work with the seat belts. And oftentimes, if you're not buckled up, it's like basically a huge whiplash where you're going boom and the airbag snaps you back, and it's not good for your body whatsoever. So seatbelts are there to help you, and airbags are there to cushion you. It's not one or the other, it's both of them. And so you are 50% less likely to even suffer injuries if you're in a car crash when you're wearing a seatbelt. So not only are you protecting your life, but you're protecting your well-being as well. And so an estimated 14,000 or roughly 15,000 lives were saved by seatbelts in 2017 alone. That is a ton of lives. Those are people's with families, people you may know, and they're saved simply by wearing a simple seatbelt. And so it's just for the safety of yourself and for others, buckling up is just absolutely essential. It would just be so much more of a different story if my cousin didn't buckle up and she was thrown through the windshield. And man, it really is quite a crazy thing. And so, just to wrap up and kind of review, a seatbelt is such a simple thing, just to click in, and it can save your life. Just don't be lazy. Don't forget this. This is scientific backed up information, and just make sure that your passengers are buckled up, because you're responsible for their lives as well. And so I just want to leave you this, guys. This very, very simple. Buckle up. That is all you guys have to do. 2 seconds, and your chances of survival will go up by 50%. It's designed to save lives, so let it save your life. That's all. Thank you.